Yo, what's going on? Is that Carson? No way. My eyes are deceiving me. There's no way that's Carson. What's going on, man? Long time no see. At least long time no see first. How you been? Welcome back. Welcome back to the fam. Hang on just a second. I forgot to tell our group that we're live. Hey, Prentice, what's going on? Welcome. Bear with me just one moment. Just sending out a quick blast. Get all the people in here. How's everybody doing tonight? Hey, Stankus, what's going on? Make any money today? Not really, actually. I messed around with AMC a little bit, but I was too busy at work, and I could have scalped it, but it just didn't work out, so. I was too busy at work. Just got a stream of Discord notifications. Yeah, I blasted it out in 3 different channels. No excuses if somebody misses it. Sorry, my girl is blowing me up. But no, I didn't really trade the stock market today. I was too busy at work. I was more focused on finishing my work up so I could leave and enjoy Friday versus trading the stock market. So no, I didn't really get any trades off. But at the same time, things weren't looking too good. I mean, we'll recap in just a moment, but we had a little bit of AMC, but other than that, I mean, it was kind of dead. All right, let's see. Prentice, how's your evening going, man? Hope you're doing good. You're patient? Good. Me too. I'm being patient, just waiting for the right play. Hey, what's going on, Kelp? Welcome. You got a job at the movie theater with cool chicks? Nice. Cool. Awesome. Well, that's good. Movie theaters are back open and hiring, so that's awesome. Hope that's going good. Making some bread. Hey, CH, it has been a while. I'm doing good, man. How are you doing? I love each stream. We get like a Siri. See, every time I ever say CH, Siri goes off. I love each stream. How we get like a different round of like OGs in here. You rode the AMC wave and just got out to average down on Doge and got out to average way down on Doge. Nice. So hoping to see at least a 2-cent ride this weekend. It's possible. We're definitely at like a floor right now, and Doge actually did pretty nice. And we'll take a look at that right now. Because I want to keep the stream short. Again, just like I've been saying, I'm trying to keep my streams more compact and to the point so that people, one, that miss my stream, they can then watch it after without having to watch like a 2-hour live stream just to get to the point of the stream. And then also just because, you know, if not a lot happened, there's not really a whole lot to talk about. So for the sake of my female that I have, my girl, yeah, give her a little time. Hey man, what about me? Yeah, you're right, Carson. Maybe the stream will go a little longer just for you. All right, so let's talk about what happened today. And Carson, how's your power washing going, man? You making some bread, some cheddar? First, let's start off with Dogecoin, okay? Now, Dogecoin is in a very interesting spot. By the way, this is a nice little reversal pattern that it's got going on here, so it looks like it's ready to move back up. So let's start with that. Do I think Doge will go back to 60 plus anytime soon? It might be like a month. I'm trying not to think so short term anymore, because at this point it's clear that it's all up to Elon Musk, and he is not like, he's cooled off. Okay, so following Elon Musk's vibe that he's giving off, something tells me it's going to be a little bit of a wait because he doesn't want to do it until the time is right. With SpaceX, I guess it was a little different. They funded one mission with Dogecoin. You know, that's fun. First Dogecoin to the moon, all that stuff. But when you're buying vehicles and margins are slim and yeah, every penny counts and all that stuff, and it's not just a one-time thing, it's a little bit different. So like I said before, as much as I would have loved the Doge for Tesla announcement on 6/9, it would have been fun and everything, the logistics and everything just didn't seem like it was going to line up by then. With Doge not being cheap enough yet, with transaction fees, with Doge not being fast enough yet, and all these different things that Doge were hoping get up, well, that we know are going to get updated soon, and them not being in place yet. Not only was it really early for Dogecoin, but it just seemed a little bit like awkward timing for Tesla, and like it would have been a little bit of just a meme announcement that maybe wouldn't have stuck because Dogecoin overall just wasn't quite ready yet. So I think we're going to have to wait closer to, at least close to when the update's going to go live for Doge. And according to some insider info, hashtag Stankist, and some talks that he had with devs, that could be September-ish. So it's June right now. What is that? July, August, September. That's 3 months. I think we'll probably start hearing some things like within the next month, and you know, some hype around what's to come, because Elon's been really unusually quiet, and we know he is still working on it. So I would give it at least a couple weeks. Now, like I say, don't sleep on it too hard and get caught off guard and then completely miss the move. So I would be keeping your eye on it every day regardless, but I think it's going to be at least a couple weeks before we hear anything about Doge. Really what we could look at first would be an announcement for Tesla. An announcement for Bitcoin back to Tesla. I think that will come before the Doge for Tesla announcement. And we know Doge for Tesla will get us straight to 60 plus cents, maybe even close to $1. We know that already, especially if Bitcoin has already recovered. But I think Bitcoin is probably our fastest ticket back to the 60s. I hope that makes sense, because we already know that the reason Elon, and just according to his tweet, just so you know, for the new people here, that I'm just not making stuff up here. According to Elon's tweet here, he said, in response to someone calling him out on manipulating the market, let me just find this tweet. It's not very far down. Was it the 15th? I think it was a little before then. Hang on. It was somewhere right. Oh, if I passed it, I'm gonna be upset. Oh, I think I passed it. Okay, this was talking. Wait, where's this tweet? It doesn't go back that far? Alright, well, that's unfortunate. Anyway, basically what he said was, in response to someone calling him out for having manipulated the market, basically said was, oh, it's right here. It's right here. He said, this is not accurate. We did not manipulate the market. He said Tesla only sold 10% of its holdings to confirm that Bitcoin could be liquidated easily without moving the market. They wanted to make sure they could cash out. There was enough trading volume, enough shares out there for them to liquidate 10% of their massive Bitcoin holding without also crashing the market at the same time as they try and get their money back. Because the thing is, if there's no shares in circulation at the time, if there's no trading volume, if there's not a lot of liquidity and not a lot of shares moving around, and they try and place a sell order, what's going to end up happening is the price is going to tank as they're selling off their shares because there's not enough buyers. And so not only would they have an issue getting filled, they would have an issue with the price selling off, so they'd be crashing the market doing so. And then they'd have an issue with potentially losing money on their like market sell or something like that, because if the price is selling off while they're selling so many shares, they're, you know, share after share getting less and less money per. So he wanted to make sure them selling off 10% of their holdings could easily be liquidated without messing anything up. Looks like that was confirmed to be good. But then this is the important part. He said, when there's confirmation of reasonable, and that means, you know, about 50% or more clean energy usage by miners, with positive future trends. So 50% and looking like it's going to increase. Tesla will then resume allowing Bitcoin transactions. So we already know that there's already work being done here. We heard about Square working with some Bitcoin mining factory and doing a whole clean mining initiative. And this is going to be motivation for people to start mining with clean energy. Because the thing is, yes, clean energy, there can be a cost with setting up how you're going to obtain that clean energy. But when you can do that, if you can mine off wind or solar, you're saving money, and that lets you make more money in your mining. So it's like, it's a win-win. You save the environment and you make more money. You just basically have to not be lazy and put out a little investment first and then make your money back over time. So this isn't hurting anybody. In fact, it's helping everybody in the long term preserve the environment and make more money. But anyway, my point is there's already work being done in this area. So I think we're going to hit that 50%-ish threshold pretty quickly, especially from the large Bitcoin mining firms that are taking the hit right now, because their whole thing is we mine Bitcoins. That's how we make money. So if they're like 10% of the market, they're going to want to do their 10% to not only switch to clean energy to save some money, but to start being able to make more money off Bitcoin, because they know Elon's kind of in control of their market. So they're in control. So Elon's in control of their wallet too. So I think we'll see this within the next, like 2 months, and Doge might be within the next 3. So that's my take on that, but we'll see. Let's see. What did I miss here? So that's when I think Doge will go back to 60 plus, when we hit 50% clean energy with large Bitcoin mining corporations, and I think that'll take about 2 months or less. And then I think 3 months, right around when we get the Doge 2.0 update, basically is when we'll probably see Doge for Tesla, or maybe a little sooner. So I think we've got some time, like 4 to 12 weeks. I don't think anything's happening very short term. But just keep your eye on it every day still, because, Elon's very unpredictable. He might just change his mind and say, you know what? Behind the scenes, I've been working on this Doge for Tesla thing, and right now, though it's not perfect, it'll do. And then we'll go with the flow after that with the updates. So that's just my guess. Just still keep your eye on it, though. Don't sleep on it. It's the worst thing you can do. Carson. I know 7. Carson's back. Isn't that crazy? 7's like a baby. Just like a toddler. The one word, Carson. It's like, I don't know if you've ever been to like some kind of family gathering or something at someone's house, a little party, and there's the little kid that sees like his uncle that he hasn't seen in a while, like, uncle. That's what that reminded me of. Thoughts on SHIB? I like SHIB right now, but let me read Stankus' comment and then get back to your CH, because my response to you will probably be longer. Sounds like Tesla shareholders have paper hands on Bitcoin. Yeah, for sure. You just got it. He wants miners to buy his battery and solar products. That evil genius. He should sell his solar and battery products for Bitcoin and Doge. Yeah, that could probably be part of it. What I've learned with Elon, though, is that I don't know. Elon has never really been about making profit. I don't know if that makes sense. So while that, like, he'd probably say, yeah, like, buy our batteries, he's never been like bottom line about making profit. He's always been about making people do the right thing in his head, whatever that right thing is, whether that is the right thing or not. So forcing people to start paying attention to electric vehicles by making them insanely powerful with long mileage, and quiet, and an extreme. I mean, when you look at, for example, the Tesla Model S Plaid, it puts some supercars to shame. And you saw that video on Twitter where it was beating like McLaren race cars around the track and stuff. Just a straight from the factory Tesla Model S Plaid. So he thinks we should be moving towards a clean, green, electric vehicle future. So he's making everyone take notice of his Tesla company. And yeah, the business side of that, people can buy his batteries, or they can, look into their autopilot software, I guess, or even take advantage of potentially the charging network that they're building down the line. But as of this moment, like, Tesla's barely even profitable. And people are saying the only reason Tesla is profitable is because of the government subsidies that they get. So without that, still, I mean, they're not even making that much money. So I feel like he's a change first, profit second type person. So maybe that is like long term what he's kind of thinking too, but I think really he wants people to go green. But I think that reason might also have to do with those subsidies, because if people are paying for Teslas, which are green vehicles, in a very environmentally taxing currency, then it kind of is contradictory. It's a little bit hypocritical, I guess, to say we'll sell you these electric clean vehicles, but we'll take like your dirty polluting money. So I feel like that was more the drive, but then secondary, probably, yeah, what you're saying there. Shib, thoughts on Shib? Great question. Let me start with Doge and Bitcoin, and then I'll move to Shib. So Dogecoin is actually doing very, very well. Now we look at the chart and we say, ooh, look at that chart. Dogecoin's doing so terrible. Look at it, dipping down below the 30-cent mark, and it touched 28 cents today. You suck, Dogecoin. I hate you, right? So that's what you say at first glance looking at the chart. And if you're just doing technical analysis here and you're not looking at anything else, yeah, you'd be right. Dogecoin is sucking. But context is key. It is everything. And when you know the context, Dogecoin's actually doing very well. So the context being Bitcoin is the market leader. Bitcoin is what's moving these altcoins price up and down. It has nothing to do with Dogecoin being weak. It's being pulled down. So when I say that, you have to compare the side by side of these two to see what I'm talking about. That's not Bitcoin now, is it? Yeah, that's definitely not Bitcoin. So when you compare the side by side, let's similar time frame here, all the way zoomed out. That's not far enough. Not with side by side. Let's try 1 hour. All right, so that gets it in there. That does the trick as well. So when you look at these, it tells a bit of an interesting story. All right, so this, I'm trying to find the peaks here are different level. Where was I looking before? 36, 31. So take a look at this first of all. Bitcoin is down about 5% today. I don't know if you guys can see this very clearly. I don't think zooming in, I don't know if that really helped, but Bitcoin is down 5% today. Dogecoin is only down almost 3%, less than 3% down. So Dogecoin is doing 2% better today, which is a lot when Bitcoin's only down 5%. So it's almost doing, it's following the downtrend at 50% of the speed, basically, is what you can say. So first of all, that's what's good. Second of all, why is that really good? Because if you look here, being the market leader, Bitcoin came from 41,000 and came all the way down to 35. When Bitcoin was at 41,000, Doge was right here at about 32 cents. So based off previous movement, you would expect something like Dogecoin on a move that substantial from about 41.5 down to 35 Bitcoin, for Dogecoin to move down, from 32 down to like mid 20s, probably like 25. But instead it stopped at 28. And really you could maybe even expect Doge to have stopped right about here, like somewhere around mid 24 cents. But it held its own and it barely moved down on this massive sell-off. And here's why my theory is on why this happened. And so far it's been playing itself out to as if it was accurate. So I'm pretty confident in this theory at this point. So, and it's based off social sentiment. So the reason that Dogecoin didn't move up with Bitcoin in the first place was because Bitcoin has done this move, like I've been saying in the last couple streams. It's done this move so many times that the market in general, the altcoin market, was not convinced that this was anything more than another fake out attempt, which it ended up being. So as you see here, Bitcoin tried to break 42, faked people out, failed. Faked people out again, failed. Tried again, failed. Then you see these attempts at 41,000, faked people out thinking there was a bullish move coming here, turned it to a head and shoulders and failed. All right, so that's like 6 times already people got faked out. Then here, this looked like another potential bull run. Failed there, failed this. Then it came up here, and this is like now the 10th time within 2 or 3 weeks that Bitcoin has acted like it was going to be bullish and break above 42,000. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me 3 times, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10th time, then you just start to look like an idiot. So this time when Bitcoin off of the announcement started making a run up to 42,000, people just were not convinced that this was an actual crypto market recovery. And so not only did Doge not run up with it, but Ethereum didn't run up with it. Cardano didn't run up with it. XRP didn't run up with it. Nothing followed Bitcoin up to 42K. They all just kind of sat still, moved up like 1 cent or like $100 on one of the larger coins, and just sat there while Bitcoin did all of this messing around. And sure enough, they were right. You know, the market, the people, the Dogecoin buyers and altcoin buyers, they were right. They were not convinced. And a lot of you in the chat right now, you guys were not convinced either. I was not convinced. And I said, the only way I'm buying in is if I see actual confirmation that Bitcoin's finally going to break this 42,000 level, hold it, and then show signs that it's a true reversal. If not, it's probably just going to reject and come right on back down, and we can buy in at that point at a little bit of a dip. Sure enough, that's exactly what happened. So that's why we didn't see people convinced and buy into it, but we were already waiting for Bitcoin to come back down. And so that's why we really did not sell off when Bitcoin came back down, because it was expected. People already factored in what was probably going to happen here. That was kind of factored into the price action. So that's why this major move here looks like a very small little move here. And it was not just Dogecoin that reacted this way, though Doge did hold its own the best. Ethereum really didn't do much either. Okay. What is that? All right. Ethereum really didn't do too much either. Had a little bit of a run up and just kind of it didn't break into any new territory. If it was really convinced, you would have seen Ethereum up here looking like it was going to break into 3,000s, but it did not. Absolutely did not. And then same with Cardano, same with XRP, and so on and so on. So long story short, Dogecoin is doing just fine, holding its own. Some people probably caught that little 28-cent dip there. Cool. Probably just hold on to that until further notice. And yeah. Hey, Thurman, what's going on? I made 36 bucks on Doge today. Awesome. Bought at 0.287, sold at 29. Not bad for a half-hour investment with $5,000. Yeah, not at all. That's cool. Wasn't today quad witching time where everybody pulls money to cover calls? Total market down? Yeah, it was. Yes, today was. So yeah, that is what happened. But in the crypto market, those kind of things don't affect because there's no options, and there's there is shorting, but there's limited shorting. You have to really go out of your way. It's not simple. So a lot of stock market behavior does not affect crypto market. In fact, usually when the stock market's down, people decide to look into crypto. So we see our better days when stocks are seeing their worst days. But yeah, and that's awesome. Awesome profit there. And that's actually a really good, if you wanted to even hold that, honestly, we're still at 0.29. If you even bought back in anytime now and wrote that up to 32 cents, you'll probably catch a nice, even larger profit there, like a couple $100. And that's pretty much guaranteed at this point. Ethereum, by the way, is at an extremely dippish dip. I don't know if you guys caught that, but I would absolutely be buying Ethereum right now, and actually I am going to. Let's see, 1 second. So So yeah, Ethereum is a really good buy right now. We know how this thing fluctuates. I mean, you just buy 1 or 2 coins or 3 coins and ride this thing back up to the little bounce here. That's what, about $1,000. So yeah, Ethereum is a nice juicy looking dip right now. Just keep that in mind. But yeah, that's pretty much all that. Now let's flip to meme stocks real quick, and then I'm sorry, SHIB. Let me answer CH's question. So my thoughts on SHIB. SHIB is still at its dip, and I have not looked at it today, so let's take a look. Okay, wow, SHIB actually dipped pretty hard there. The paper handers over at SHIB Incorporated got real nervous when Coinbase did not re-announce that they were going back live with Shiba Inu. In fact, they have not put out an update yet. So in my opinion, you kind of have a second chance here to buy SHIB. Obviously, right at 7,000 at this dip would have been the best. But even anywhere kind of before 8, you have an opportunity to buy this dip and expect probably within the next week that Coinbase Pro is going to say, all right, we fixed the issue. You can now start your deposits again. And then this is going to ramp back up and probably do like a cup handle type thing back up to 9. Now, I don't know if their hype train is going to push it beyond that or not. Either way, from here to here is like a 32% move. So from where it is now to where it's going to go is somewhere around 30%. So that's a pretty substantial move if you've got a decent amount of money in there. Keep that in mind. So right now, I think SHIB is a buy, in my opinion. Now, keep in mind, SHIB also fundamentally isn't crazy good, so I wouldn't chuck but so much money at this. I've only been doing a couple $100. I think total right now I'm in like $650. Nothing that I'm going to really cry and wail about if it goes to 0. So only put in SHIB what you're willing to lose, but at this point it has plenty of potential. There's a large army behind it, probably the second largest crypto army behind Dogecoin. Now these guys unfortunately are just waiting for a pump. They don't really love the coin in the same way that we like Dogecoin and want to see it succeed and stuff. They just want to see it succeed for the fact that they think it could 100x their money. We're over here with something that could 2 or 3x. Like we're playing it a lot more because we actually enjoy the coin at this point versus just trying to get people to accept it so that we pump to the moon. You know what I mean? Like that is still our goal, but it's just a different vibe. These people here are just extremely greedy. So that also tells me that if something starts looking bad, they're probably going to sell off really fast. So just be careful with this one. Very volatile. But it also does not follow Bitcoin very well because it's very low market cap and very volatile. So the price can easily fly up without having to worry about Bitcoin. So that's nice. I'll probably put a little bit more in here too. I think sometime next week we'll see Coinbase Pro do another tweet. And let me just double check, make sure they didn't say anything. Yeah, they haven't said any updates here yet. So I expect next week they'll probably have an update on SHIB, and you'll see the price recover. That'll be a really nice bounce to catch on SHIB. Now this is pretty much the floor. You can see here, this was already previous support at multiple levels. So there you go on that. And then finally, let's kind of wrap this up with the meme stocks. So GameStop today didn't do as bad as I thought it was going to do, but it still did bad. And let me just show you what I'm talking about. So normally when you see a pattern like this forming, this would have already fallen down. But because of the meme stock buyers, the diamond hand apes, the gorillas, they are so set on buying every single dip, they're really keeping this thing from doing what it wants to do, and that's just die. You know, GameStop wants to sell off really badly here, and they are refusing to let the thing die. So take that as you want to. To me, that's not a good sign. They're just delaying the inevitable. But if they can draw their people from AMC, Workhorse, BlackBerry, and all that back into this stock, they can then have enough buying pressure to make it recover. But the pattern right now is like, as you can see, all these touches on this line, and the the weaker bounces as it goes along. The 200 EMA is just getting pulled down. It's obvious that it wants to sell off, but it is fighting for its life here. And today was just another sign of that. I mean, it sold off super hard here down to 213. Started making this H pattern that usually fails, but they caught it before it finished the H. It started flagging, broke out, made a big run up to 220, and then just died here into after hours. But as you can see, look at the volume here. Do you guys see this volume? This is absolutely atrocious candles. So that just tells you there are not many people here. The price is kind of stable up here, but there's not people buying and selling it. So it's kind of inevitable that this thing's going to fall to the floor unless GameStop really gets some people back in it. So for tomorrow or Monday, I'm not feeling too good about GameStop whatsoever. As for AMC, should I hold Doge or should I... Oh, I'll wait for you to finish that. As for AMC really wants to be done. Okay, it wants to be done here, but it is still fighting for its life. It is still fighting for its life. So it made this comeback here, and even today it kind of made a new high over the previous ones that it was at almost 65. But look at this sell-off and how it went all the way down to like 56, and then there are still some dip buyers here that pulled it back up, and it's fighting to stay above the 60 line. I don't fully trust AMC yet. I want to see more confidence above $60 and above 62. It keeps peaking up here like Bitcoin's doing above 42,000 and then selling off. So I'm not fully convinced here. I'm 50-50 on this. I know there's a lot of people behind it, so maybe I'm like 70-30 or 60-40 sounds a little bit more correct. I think there's a 60% chance that this goes up, but still a large 40% chance that it doesn't, just because I know there's more people trying to support this than just meme stock buyers. There's people that just want to get back at the hedge funds, and they're willing to just invest, even the big name traders, just to be a part of the movement, right? Not so much waiting for profit. So for that reason, I feel like it's more inclined to go up. But all these signs of weakness are making me feel like there's not enough buying pressure there to really support that movement. So we might see AMC dying soon as well on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. And then we'll wrap up here with kind of Workhorse. Workhorse is still a dud. I'm not going to really pay attention to that till it starts breaking up towards 1550. Workhorse is sleep. BlackBerry's also sleep. Very weak. I think people kind of forgot about BlackBerry already, so maybe buy some couple calls that expire next year or something and just hope for the best. But other than that, I'm not messing with it. Wendy's selling off like no other. Doesn't look like anybody cares about that at all. And then Clove, the last meme play, is also selling into oblivion like Wendy's. So I think these are cooling off. I think these are really cooling off. GameStop is, in my opinion, largest potential, because it's still, at the end of the day, was doing this massive cup and handle formation the same way that AMC had done before it rocketed from $22 up to 60. So if this can hold and bounce, I mean, we could really see a crazy move here. But this handle is extremely unusual. Extremely sharp fall off. It's too deep of a handle. Usually you don't want to see the pullback go that far. And then it doesn't look like it wants to recover. In fact, it's doing this M pattern here. So I'm not feeling confident there. And yeah, so there's that. I'm not feeling too great about any of these stocks come Monday. If anything, I'd watch AMC, but even with that, I'm not super confident. So that's my analysis and my rundown on everything we've got going on right now. Should I hold Doge or should I sell and buy SHIB and buy back in Doge later? I don't know your position size in Doge. If you have a smallish position in Doge, yeah, by all means, you might want to risk a couple bucks for SHIB. If you're holding thousands and thousands of dollars of Dogecoin, I probably would not all in into SHIB. SHIB could easily fall down to 7 flat, 6, or down back to this dip at around 5. And we don't, because there's just not enough fundamentals there, especially if they don't get a Coinbase announcement next week and they start to panic. So, yeah, it's worth chucking a couple $100 into this. Maybe, up to 1,000. If you're trading with a couple $1,000, maybe you want to put a nice little deposit into the SHIB and expect that next week there will probably be a Coinbase update that will give you a quick 30%, or what would that be, off $1,000, like a nice $200 to $300 gain. But I wouldn't go too crazy here, because then it's kind of like you're gambling, you know, and that doesn't usually work out too well in the stock market. So, but I think it's a pretty low risk, high chance of reward play. I mean, we already saw what happened when they got the announcement, and then people are panic selling off. So then once they get confirmation that it's back, it's just inevitable that it's going to rise back to that point. And this is what it went to off the rumor of Coinbase Pro. They didn't even have the Coinbase full announcement yet, which is what comes next. So probably going to see prices somewhere closer to 10.50. So yeah, I would put some in here. Whether or not it's all of your Dogecoin holdings, that's up to you. But I think Doge is trading sideways. The only thing about Doge right now is that it is still at a really good dip. So, you know, it's rare that you get a chance to buy in under 30s in Dogecoin. So I don't know how much you care about that average. By the time you cover your or exit your SHIB position and come back to Doge could be like 32 cents. So I don't know if you want to fully exit that or not. But, you know, that's my advice. Any questions, anybody? What I'll share with you before I go is just something that I was informed of by my lovely people here in the Discord group. One moment. Where's my... Sorry, bear with me. Where in the world did my messages go? Okay, here it is. So, Schmicky ended up, and he's one of the people that are frequently in the stream, and he spoke to a Dogecoin dev. They actually started a conversation, and he was able to get some information that I just wanted to share. We'll probably reshare it tomorrow, but for those of you that are here, this is kind of the latest update. So the new Dogecoin update, according to this information the dev gave, as long as this dev was being honest, you know, the new Dogecoin update is aimed for sometime around September. So that's why I was saying about 3 months. It's probably the longest we'll have to wait for a Doge announcement. I would assume that Elon would let us go live a little before that happens, but if he really wants to wait till everything is ironed out, it could be till September. So that's when the next Dogecoin update is scheduled for. The fees will end up being 0.01 or less of a Doge. So very, very small percentage. That's like 0.1% of Dogecoin. All right. I'm sorry. That's like one hundredth of a Dogecoin. And then there's active development also on the bridge to Ethereum. So Dogecoin to Ethereum, them tying in together. There is active development on that, but that's probably not going to be in the next update. The next update will really be focused on the transaction fees being way less. Okay, they're also still working on the smart contracts coming to Dogecoin, but there will still be a cap, and speeding up transactions is not planned to come with this next update in September, but that will be down the road. And so this will be kind of the first of, I guess, 2 updates. And yeah, so basically what we can confirm is coming in this update in September is the much lower transaction fees for Doge. And that could be enough to let this thing take over. That could be enough to let this thing take over and Elon Musk feel comfortable going live, just with it being cheaper to use. Cheaper and simpler to trade with. So there you guys go. September is the next Dogecoin update, so keep your eye out for that, and we'll probably see a spike coming around that time. Gilbert says, no more buying for me, brought down my averages this last few days, of course without my wife's permission. Going to ride this out for at least a week. Hey, that's smart. That's very smart. And that's why I say when the market's trading sideways, there's no reason to overtrade and overplay it. Just be a little patient. Let the money come to you. If you're impatient and you're like, I need to be making money right now, then take your risk in the stock market. But just know there's a chance that you'll lose money. Sometimes it's better to just sit on your guaranteed money, be patient. If you don't need to trade, just kind of sit on your hands for a bit and wait for the profit to come to you. Just don't overdo it. So I respect that. Why wife permission? Yeah. All right, guys, it's been a good stream. Thank you all for hanging out. It's been about 40 minutes, so I'm going to wrap it up here and actually go eat dinner. I encourage you all to as well if you haven't. Stay healthy. But thank you all for hanging out. And yeah, if you have any questions, hit me in the Discord group. If you haven't joined and you want to be a part of that, where you can talk to me at any time of the day, all day, after you subscribe, click the join button and you'll see the all access package that will let you join the Discord group and chat with us and all that stuff. So anyway, other than that, just subscribe and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for the support and everybody have a great night.